What's up, everybody? I'm the Derek Frank, and today we're going to be installing a radio from CIDAVA. I don't know, but thank you to them for sending me this. But it is a radio entertainment system, Android Auto radio, CarPlay radio, whatever you want to call it, that goes into I'm putting in a 2017 Silverado, but it can fit in a 2014 to 2018 Silverado. So we're going to get this thing moving really quick and get it installed and kind of show you a little bit about what this is, how it works. I will preface this that if you have a Bose system, which we did, you need to make sure that you get this extra part. That was one thing that I did not get when they sent me this, but they did end up sending it to me. But I do want to thank them for sending me this at no charge. This isn't a paid sponsorship, but they did send this to me for free so I could check it out. And I gotta say, after getting it in there and making sure it works, it's really, really good. So let's go along and see how this process went. This 13.1-inch entertainment system radio is a direct replacement for Silverados and GMC Sierras for the years 2014 2018. What's really great about this is it's pretty much plug and play. Once you take out your old system, you just plug in the modules for your heated seats and everything else fits right in place. This supports your stock cargo bed camera as well and your steering wheel controls. You can also use your OnStar, like I said, your heated seats. If you have factory 360 cameras, you can use all of those too. So it's using everything that's already in there without having to install more stuff. It's also really impressive because it runs on Android 13 system and it's really quick booting. So the one that I have in my Jeep is really great. It's nice, but it's slow to start up. This one starts up really, really fast. It also has navigation. It has the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So there's a lot of great features with this, and I think you're gonna really love it.
All right, here we go. So we're gonna pop off this panel right here. It's really simple to do, and I recommend you getting some of these tools. These are just your auto trim removal tools. These are from Harbor Freight. They're like $9 for this set. Super cheap. Shout out to Harbor Freight. I'm not sponsored by them. They didn't send it to me, but Harbor Freight, hit me up. I'd love to work with you. I have a lot of Harbor Freight stuff. So what we need to do is under here is where we need to kind of peel this. So I just want to get up under there and try to pop this little plastic panel. If we can get it, there we go. There's one side. Now that we have this off, we just have to remove these two little clips. So there's one and there's two. Maybe it's gonna come out anyways. Can't see it. I need to put my work light in here. There we go. So one and two. And these will come out because we're gonna reuse these because you have to. So these just pop out real, well, the first one popped out simple. There we go. There's a little tab on them that you have to push because I'm dumb. There we go. So this is your factory bracket, and then we'll start removing all of this. We'll be good. Now that we've got the trim piece off, all we have to do is remove 4 bolts. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is a 7mm. So get your 7mm and remove these. Normally I use my drill, but I want to keep this nice. This is a nice vehicle, not like the Jeep. The Jeep is meant to be beat up. This is a luxury vehicle. It's not meant to do real man things. My brother's over here because this is his truck. And he didn't like that I said that. I'm sure he has some things that he'd like to say. Chevy definitely didn't skimp out on the length of the bolts in this thing, which will make it easier when we put in the other unit, I'm sure, because when you have to tuck all those extra wires in, it's kind of a pain. So like with the Jeep, I really had to do a lot of extra work in getting those wires tucked in just right. All right, that should be it with that. So we should just be able to grab this guy and pull. There we go. So this also has some of those like pressure clips on there. So just be careful when you're pulling that off. And then once you get this off, there are 3 clips that you need to remove. Let me get my light. see how I need to do it. Usually there's like a little push tab on one of the sides. There we go. Okay, there's one, there's two, and there's three. So now this is out. Very simple stuff, folks. Anybody can do this at home. Well, most people. I think you could do this. And I believe the last thing we're going to have to remove is this piece here with our climate controls, because that is going to go in the other unit. So I'm going to start taking those out and getting those installed, and then we'll come back and put the other unit in here. Now I'm going to get the microphone. I'm going to do this first. And I've learned this the hard way. So you've got your microphone, but I fished a line through here, and I'm going to run this up and around. But the reason I fished a line is just so I could pull this back up really easily. So I'm actually just using cord for a weed eater, and then just some electrical tape. And then we'll take this and we'll pull it back up here. And there we go. Now I didn't have to try to get this and take a risk of messing it up. So I highly recommend using like a fish line or something like that to do this part. So there we go. We're done. So next, we're going to start doing all the wiring harnesses. So I'll be back in just a second for that. I ran the microphone. I did a really nice job, way better than what I did on my Jeep, because on the Jeep, I just drilled a hole and went right up through the top. But I did put, you're making cameos there. You can see you, dingus. I mean, if you want to be in it. My brother, like, it keeps getting in the frame because he's a dork. He's helping. My brother's actually here helping me. He took out the CD player. Also, I forgot to mention that. If yours has a stock CD player, you need to take it out. You won't need that. You will lose function of having a CD player, but I don't know the last time I even used a CD. He also agreed. But I did run the cable, and we've got the microphone up here. Looks really nice, still adjustable. Wires are tucked in pretty well, I think. Yeah, I think they're good. Now is the fun part. We have to take all of these fun cables and hook them into the back of this unit. And then we have to start plugging everything in to said unit. So you're going to have to just live with me while I figure out where all of these go. And we did swap these out. So we've got our factory buttons. They look really, really nice. They sit in there super flush. So A+ points for that to them for making everything fit really well. Now, I have to ask him a very serious question, because this is very important, because it came with cables in case you want to add subwoofers or extra speakers and use like component speakers and amp. So this is something down the road I'm sure he's going to want to do. One other thing that this unit has is this little device right here. You might say, Derek, what is that little device right there? And I say, this is for a SIM card. If you don't want to use your phone as a hotspot, you can actually get a SIM card from your cell phone provider and have it in here. So then you don't need to use your phone to have it connected to the internet. Pretty cool stuff. I thought about doing it, but my phone has a hotspot, so why am I going to pay extra? And it's unlimited. But some people want that. I get it. I understand. So this bracket right here, or this harness, I should say, has all your subwoofers, your auxiliary outs, all that fun jazz. So the nice thing with these is they only have one possible spot that they can go in the back of the unit. I love that they did that, where they're not like all the same size. So just find where these go and plug them in. That's all taken care of. Now let's keep moving. So we've got more auxiliary outputs. Again, if you're using like extra amps. And you could do this outside of the vehicle for sure, but I'm not, because, you know. But with this also, you're going to get a couple of your antennas for your wireless. These generally do not have to go up on top of the dash, because they can get enough signal under there. As long as there's not a bunch of metal, they can get enough signal through the plastic and through like the leather that it's okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to tuck this up in here. And this thing died, so that's fun. I'm gonna plug in this light real quick. I lost my light. It's charging, but you can still see me enough to get the idea. So we're gonna take these two. They're gonna screw into these little slots right here. All right, we open the sunroof to get some more light. How about that? So I got these in there, and I'm just gonna tuck these back up inside here once we get this ready to install. Actually, I could probably do it right now. It's a real nice spot for them. And again, you can run these on top of the dash if you want. Kind of the way I did the microphone, like down and around. Or if you like don't mind a cable hanging out, I do mind that. So we're not doing that with this. Now comes the big wiring harness. Ah! All this stuff. I don't even know what this is. A jumper, it says. Oh boy. So here's our big wiring harness. This is going to connect into the existing stuff. As I'm getting all of these harnesses put on here, one of the things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to remove these pieces from up here. As I'm getting all the wiring harnesses on, you do need to remove this factory thing here. We don't need this anymore because this was like the factory radio, whatever. So now we've got even more room. Oh, did some inspectigating. There is another thing down here. I don't think we need to remove that. We're going to see. I'm going to try to not to. But I'm going to start plugging in our mounting or wire harnesses. They are color coded. So that is a very nice feature to have. Very nice. How much? And then we got these two. Multi-camera power. And then we've got a most audio output. Okay. Whatever that means. All right, fun story, friends. I missed a step. And I feel like it was an honest mistake because I've never had this issue with the vehicle. Normally, the CAN bus does all of the steering wheel controls, but this one's a little bit different. So there is this thing here that is labeled SWC. That is steering wheel control. That makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah, so what I have to do, you have to plug this into a factory harness in the steering column. I was looking all over the place because there's this thing that looks very similar to that. What this is for the factory CD player. You have to put this jumper on there in order for that to work, but that's not what this was. This is for your steering wheel control. So let me run this cable down, pull the steering wheel cover off, and I'll get that hooked up. Okay, so I got the shroud off of there, and now I can connect the steering wheel controls to this. So it's right under here. It's kind of a tight spot on the steering column to get that off.
What's up, everybody? It's Derek from the future, and I'm here to talk about this radio. We had a little issue where we got it all going, everything was working, it was connecting to the phone, but we had no audio. And that was because of one very, very simple thing, and I'm going to show you. So what it is if you have a factory Bose system in your Silverado, you need this box. If you do not have this box, there is no way for you to make it work unless you're installing separate amplifiers. So again, if you have a factory Bose system, you absolutely have to get that extra box for it. The last thing with testing that there was a little bit of a hang up on was the reverse camera, because there were no instructions on where the reverse camera is, but I'm gonna show you as soon as I find my flashlight. Here it is. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go in and you have to remove the bottom glove box. So there's a couple bolts right up here. There's two here. There's gonna be two here, 1 and 2, and then 2 more down here. And you get back up in there. So when we were doing the reverse camera, you have to find up here under the glove box, and you have to unplug that. So it's the far left gray bracket or harness, and it's perfectly fit in there. There is no instructions for that. So you absolutely, you absolutely have to know. I even went on their website, didn't say anything about it. So once you have that hooked up, I've already tested it and it works perfectly. So now, got to put all of this stuff back in the dash, and we're going to do a final test, do some updates, and then we should be good to go. Fingers crossed. All right, we're all hooked up, and now we're doing the big updates. So you want to hook into your Wi-Fi, get all your apps, make sure you're all hooked up, and also make sure you're going into the radio's personal software, or like their stock software. Get those updated. So as it's doing that, we're gonna let that run, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do a little bit of a test of this radio and be done, because you know, hearing a radio through a camera you're probably watching on your cell phone or your TV, you're not going to get a great representation of what it sounds like. But this has a Bose system in it already, so it sounds fantastic. And I checked the audio, it does work. But let this get updated and we'll come right back. This screen looks beautiful. Like, let's see this thing. The radio works great. So here's your local radio stations. Uncle Cracker, I didn't even know he was still a thing, but there we go. And I don't want to get copyright strikes. So you can set these different things for your home screen. But then if you want to get into your CarPlay or your Android Auto, you want to hit this right up here, hit phone link. That's where you have all of your options. So we're going to go into Android Auto because we're using an Android, and you iPhone users, well, you think you're better than everybody. And I will say this connects way faster than my last one. So now you're in your Android Auto, or if you're using, CarPlay, it'll pop up as well. And then you've got all of the normal things that you have. You've got your music. You can change what music you want. You can go into your menu. And then in your menu, you've got all of your different apps that you've got in there, plus your settings. So GPS, everything you could ever want. So there you have it. This radio is pretty fantastic. I mean, for the price, you're not gonna beat anything like this. It works way better than the factory radio. It sounds good, it looks good. You can play movies on it. If you have a hotspot on your phone, you can do that. Don't do it while you're driving, it's against the law, but your passengers can watch. You can download a lot of different apps from the Google Play Store. It's basically like having a giant phone in your vehicle, with really good amps and everything built in, and being able to use your steering wheel controls and your stock rear reverse camera. It's a great buy. So thank you, everybody, and thank you guys for sending me this. Can't wait to really test it out on the next road trip. So until next time, y'all have a good one. We'll see you later. And if you haven't clicked the links below to buy this, you should, because it helps my channel, and well, I want your money.